हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम एट दैट चैनल। सो आज मुझे लैटिट्यूड और लॉन्गिट्यूड के बारे में जानना है। मम्मा, ये लैटिट्यूड और लॉन्गिट्यूड्स क्या है?
Okay, chalo, today we will discuss about longitude and latitudes. Okay. हाँ, okay. In this picture, you can see the Earth. है ना? The Earth. Okay. So you know about Earth that the Earth spins around itself and also revolves around the sun. है ना? The Earth spins around an imaginary line and that is known as the axis. वो उसके axis पे spin करती है ना? The axis of the Earth is tilted. So the two endpoints of the Earth axis are known as poles. Now, North Pole, the point at the top is called North Pole, and the one at the bottom is called the South Pole. Okay. And you know about the globe now? Have you seen the globe? Have you
यस
seen?
मम्मा।
हाँ, तो globe is a true model, or you can say the miniature of the Earth. है ना? It is the most accurate, you can say, the three dimensional representation of the Earth. A globe is not fixed, है ना? It rotates the same way at the top spins or a potter's wheel rotates. A globe shows all the feature of the earth with accurate distribution, है ना? We can understand the earth structure with the whole help of globe. It also helps us to find different places on the earth like continents, countries, oceans. We can find out on the globe, है ना?
इको
It is very difficult to describe the location of a point on a sphere, है ना, such as earth. मतलब एक point को describe करना बहुत ज़्यादा difficult होता है. तो we need certain points of reference and lines to find out the location of some places, है ना. Apart from the axis, you know, I told you. So apart from the axis, there are so many imaginary lines which run across the globe or on a map. So these imaginary lines, you can call them latitudes and longitudes. They help us to locate places on the earth. So, what are latitudes? The imaginary lines that run horizontally on the globe, they are called latitudes. These lines are parallel to each other. है ना, एक दूसरे के parallel होती है. So, they are also called as parallels. There are total number of 181 latitudes on the globe. Okay. In the center, you can see one line, this line, है ना, in the center point. This is the equator. Equator is an imaginary line that horizontally divides the earth into two parts, into two halves. है ना? These are known as the hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. The region between the equator and the north pole is called the northern hemisphere, and the latitude in the northern hemisphere are denoted by the letter N. So the region between the equator and the North Pole is called the Northern Hemisphere, and the latitudes in the Northern Hemisphere are denoted by the letter N. And region between the equator and South Pole is called the Southern Hemisphere, and latitude in the Southern Hemisphere are denoted by the letter S. This is Northern Hemisphere, this is Southern Hemisphere. Okay. Now just see the important features of latitudes. All latitudes, they are measured in degrees. Okay, the equator is considered as the starting point and therefore start at 0 degree. Equator 0 degree से start होता है. Then there are 90 latitudes in northern hemisphere and 90 latitude in the southern hemisphere, है ना? All latitudes are complete circles. पूरे circle होते हैं except from the north pole and the south pole. Okay, both the north and south poles, they are shown as points or dots. Dots are points के रूप में शो होते हैं. Okay, they are denoted by the symbol N and S respectively. अभी बताया था ना, N and S. Okay, North Pole N and South Pole is S. The latitudes above and below equator are also called the parallels of latitude, as they are the parallel to each other. एक दूसरे के वो parallel होते हैं, इसलिए उनको parallels of latitudes भी कहते हैं. As we move away from the equator towards the poles, the length of the parallels latitudes decreases. You can see na, when we move away from equator,
इको
as we move from the equator towards the poles, जब हम इधर जाते हैं towards the north pole, towards the south pole, what happens? The length of the parallels of latitudes decreases. Length उनकी कम होती जाती है. Latitudes describe how far north or south a place is located from the equator. ठीक है, ये डिस्क्राइब करता है. द नंबरिंग ऑफ लेटीट्यूड स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द इक्वेटर. इक्वेटर से हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. इक्वेटर रिप्रेजेंट द जीरो लेटीट्यूड. देन आफ्टर दैट द अदर लेटीट्यूड दे आर मार्क्ड फ्रॉम 1 to 90 degree. The north pole is 90 degree N and the south pole is 90 degree south. The north latitudes are denoted by letter N and south is denoted by S. है ना? Some important lines we can study on the latitudes. Arctic circle, just see this one. You can see the Arctic circle. It lies at the distance of 66.5 degree N of the equator. This you can see, na? This is the Tropic of Cancer. It lies in the northern hemisphere at 23.5 degree N of the equator. है ना? The Tropic of Cancer passes through India. Okay? India से गुजरती है ये line. Then Tropic of Capricorn, it lies in the southern hemisphere at a distance of 23.5 degree south of the equator. ठीक है? Here you can see na, at last at the bottom you can see Antarctic circle. It lies at a distance of 66.5 degree of south of the equator. So these are the important lines of equator. These are the lines of latitude and this is the latitude. Okay. Now longitude. What is longitude? The imaginary line on the globe which runs vertically. You can see na, vertically lines from north to south pole. They are called as longitudes. And longitude they are also known as meridians. Meridians भी बोलते हैं इनको. They are a total of 360 longitudes. Okay. Now prime meridian. The prime meridian is the longitude that vertically divides the earth into two equal parts. You can see na, प्राइम मेरिडियन ये अर्थ को वर्टिकली डिवाइड करती है. ओके, दीज इक्वल पार्ट्स, टू इक्वल पार्ट्स आर नोन एज हेमिस्फीयर, द ईस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर एंड द वेस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर. ओके, द लॉन्गिट्यूड that passes through the Royal Astronomical Observatory at Greenwich in England in United Kingdom is considered as the prime meridian according to an international agreement. So Greenwich in England, this is the prime meridian. Okay. Now we can see the important features of longitudes. All longitudes, they are measured in degrees. Same. The main longitude, prime meridian, is considered as the starting point. And the numbering of longitudes start from prime meridian. It is considered the 0 degree longitude. Prime meridian is considered as 0 degree longitude. The longitude towards the east and west of the prime meridian are denoted by east and west. Okay, in total there are 360 meridians on the globe, 180 meridian to east and 180 meridians to the west of the prime meridian, and all meridians of longitudes are of equal length. The most unique feature is that the 180 degree east and 180 degree west meridians, they are on the same line. So the lines of longitudes to the west of the prime meridian, they are numbered from 1 to 180 degree west longitudes, and to the east they are numbered as 1 to 180 degree east longitudes. Okay. Good. On the global map, we find the parallels of latitude and the meridians of longitude intersect each other to form a network of lines. एक दूसरे से मिलते हैं एक point पे. So we find the parallel of latitude and the meridians of longitudes intersect. They intersect each other to form a network of lines. है ना, ये network of lines से बनाते हैं. So this is called the earth grid or geographic grid, or you can call it grid. The points at which a latitude and longitude meet, they are called the coordinates. You can see na, latitude and longitude they meet. These are known as the coordinates. Coordinates, they help us locate any place or point on the earth.
मम्मा, ये तो बहुत सारे डेफिनेशन और बहुत सारे टर्म्स है, ये तो मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा.
चलो एक साथ इन टर्म्स को देखते हैं तो इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू. तुम सबको कंबाइनली जब देखोगे ना तो तुमको इजीली सारे टर्म समझ में आएंगे. जस्ट सी, दीज आर सम टर्म्स ऑफ दिस, है ना. फर्स्ट, एक्सिस, है ना. तो व्हाट इज एक्सिस? द अर्थ स्पिन्स अराउंड इटसेल्फ and also revolves around the sun, है ना. The earth spins around an imaginary line. एक imaginary line होती है उस पर अर्थ जो है स्पिन करती है, दैट लाइन इज कॉल्ड द एक्सिस, एंड द एक्सिस ऑफ द अर्थ इज लिटिल बिट टिल्टेड, थोड़ा सा टिल्टेड है. ओके, गो. And next thing is poles. The two end points of the earth axis. Earth के axis के दो जो end point होते हैं, they are known as poles. The point at the top is called the north pole and the one at the bottom is south pole. Okay, top वाला north pole है and bottom वाला south pole है. Okay. Next is latitude. What is latitude? The imaginary lines that run horizontally on the globe are called latitudes. है ना? And these lines are parallel to each other. Na? That's why they are also called as parallels. Okay. Next is equator. What is equator? The equator is an imaginary line that horizontally divides the earth into two equal halves. And they are called as hemispheres. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The region between the equator and the North Pole is called the northern hemisphere, and the latitudes in the northern hemisphere are denoted by letter N, and the region between the equator and the South Pole is called the southern hemisphere. It is denoted by S. Then parallels of latitude. The latitudes above and below the equator, they are also called the parallels of latitude. Okay. Next is Arctic Circle. It lies at a distance of 66.5 degrees north of the equator. Next is Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle. It lies at a distance of 66.5 degrees south of the equator. Now Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer, it lies in the northern hemisphere at 23.5 degrees north of the equator. And the Tropic of Cancer, it passes through India. Okay. And the Tropic of Capricorn, it lies in the southern hemisphere at a distance of 23.5 degrees of the equator. Okay. Now, what is longitude? The imaginary lines on the globe which runs vertical from the North Pole to the South Pole. They are called the longitudes, and the longitudes are also known as meridians. Okay, when we travel in our vehicles in a new place, what we often use? We use the GPS. है ना? So, what is GPS? GPS full form is Global Positioning System. है ना? So, we use the GPS coordinates. This system helps us to locate the place. है ना? Of our interest through visual images or the audio images. And the GPS identifies all the places in its system using the coordinates of latitudes and longitudes. And GPS is for navigation used by the astronauts, navigators, pilots, hikers and divers. Okay. So I think now you understood all the terms related to latitude and longitude. Okay?
Yes, Mama. अब मुझे समझ आ गया है क्या है लैटिट्यूड और लॉन्गिट्यूड सारे टर्म.
Very good.
पहले मुझे लगता था से लैटिट्यूड्स सीधी लाइन होती है, लॉन्गिट्यूड्स हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन होती है, पर अब मुझे समझ आ गया है व्हाट इज लैटिट्यूड एंड लॉन्गिट्यूड. सो गाइस, इस वीडियो के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही. सो हम मिलेंगे इन अ न्यू वीडियो विद अ न्यू टॉपिक. टिल देन, बाय एवरीवन. Remember, like, subscribe and share.